Hey guys, hey, before we get started, I want to make a quick announcement. On February 2nd, 6 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock his time, the Urban Prepper has invited me to be on his channel to do a live stream interview. I've never been live. So if you've noticed, if you've been around on my channel, and if you flip back, you'll notice that I haven't done one yet. I've never done a live stream. So this one, I'm going to be on the Urban Preppers channel, and I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and that'll be my first time live. So if you're interested, I'll remind you all again as we get closer. You're more than welcome to jump over and join that live stream feed on that day, and you can ask questions and give us more interaction, I guess, on that day. So it'll be my first experience. I've never done it. I've seen lots of other channels do it. I've thought about it, and it was very cool and very kind. I'm excited for Cliff. He invited me over there, so that's just a quick announcement. And let's go ahead and get on today's topic. Look, food shortages of any type under any circumstances is always our main priority. You got to have things to eat. We talk about gardening. We talk about seeds. So many of you are very much into gardening and seeds and then canning a lot of that extra crops that come in. Look, I do not have a green thumb. So this video is going to be on you. Okay, I've done this before with things, and this one I'm putting on your backs. Okay, you're carrying the information on this one because look, I've got questions and I've got things that I want to run by you. Yeah, I could sit there and research videos all day long, but I thought this would be fun. This would be an interaction time in the comments section. So if you're watching this video later down the road, and don't forget to go into the comments to get all the gold nuggets. Okay, that's where a lot of the info is going to be. So I was starting to think about this year. Right now it's cold outside. Now my climate, I'm here in Tennessee. I'm just outside of Nashville. Now I know in different parts of the country, like you might be in Florida, you might be all the way up in Maine, you could be out west in California. I know that different areas have different ways of gardening and different times of year to get started and such. The first thing, and look, go ahead and hit the likes button, okay? Because this is yours, so you're hitting the like button for yourself, okay? And you're hitting the like button because you're going to get a lot of valuable information out of the comments. So go ahead and hit that like button now. Explain the seeds to me. I have planted seeds for things in the past, but on very small scales, okay? I'm talking just a small little section of a backyard and just kind of like playing around with some things. I know there's different kinds. I've seen a lot of your comments that you've talked about, even like Dollar Store or Dollar General, or not, I'm sorry, Family Dollar, I think. Right now you can get 4 packs for $1, and I think I'm going to swing by there and check that out. But before I did, I wanted to ask some of these questions. So what do you look for in the pack of seeds? Like heirloom seeds and different things. And I know there's some letters that you've all thrown out there. And I wanted to know too, like what are the easiest plants to start off with? And look, I know there's a lot of other new people that are also on my channel here in our community that also would probably love to know some of this information. It's one thing just to say, oh yeah, buy seeds, plant a garden. But let's talk about that. Let's explore it a little bit. So what would be the easiest ones for me to do? Like I've done tomato plants before, okay? I've done green pepper plants and just basic things like that. I've been fairly successful with them. So what's the best way though? Outside of like running to your Lowe's or Home Depot in the spring and go ahead and buying the plants that are already started. If I do the seeds, is there a certain time of this year, like coming up before spring, do I start them in my house? You hear a lot of people talk about go ahead and setting up and getting them started and getting little, sproutlings, get them going in your home, and then that way they're ready to plant at the right time of the season. So talk about that. Talk about the seasons, and then when do you start that in the home, or when do you go ahead and plant them outside, and then like how do you do it in your home? I know you can go out and you can buy the kits, but look, I know we're creative. Okay, a lot of people have a lot of creative ways, free ways to do this stuff. It'd be nice for everybody to know that, knowing that hey, it's not expensive and that there's all kinds of cool, unique techniques that people have come up with to do this. So then that was my next question, what month to do it. What size starter plot? What would be a good size starting? Is it like a 6x8, an 8x10, a 10x10? What's a good size, somebody who's just kind of getting their feet wet and getting their first season and getting used to dealing with it without taking on too much. Again, some of us work and, we have a lot of activities and things that are going on in life, and you don't want to overcommit yourself because, again, you get frustrated. If you overcommit and say, I want to do my whole backyard, well, you're going to end up quitting if you don't have the time and resources allotted for that. So what's a good starter plot, and like what size, and then what location? And when I say location, meaning does it need to be full sun, partial sun? I know sometimes like you see in the background trees, or on the other side of the house, the sun sets down there. What location is a good location in your opinions to put? And I know, again, plants are different. Every plant has a different thing. So I know that we're kind of talking in general here. And I know that, again, that's why I'm not doing a whole video on this either, because I could sit here and I could talk about all this stuff for an hour, and who wants to sit here and watch this ugly mug for an hour, right? So give me some of those ideas. Okay, so shoveling and turning up the soil. I've done that in the past. I remember my dad used to always plant a garden, and he would have me, son, here, take the shovel, and I'd be out there shoveling up and flipping over the dirt, and this was in Ohio. So again, I'm in Tennessee, so, learning the difference here. So is that still the best technique? Using the spade shovel and flipping it over. And is there anything else about starting the plot? Do you add anything? Is it smart? Hey, let's go ahead and throw some of this in there, or throw some of that in there. I know over the winter and stuff, my dad sometimes would make like a compost pile, and he would, so leftover things from the scraps of the kitchen and things, he would take out there, and he would create a compost pile, and that would add some nutrients into the soil. So again, what time of year do you start that? Or maybe the first year, just go ahead and skip that because we're already into winter. So you can see there's all kinds of things involved with this, other than just, start a garden. There's all kinds of questions, and I know I'm probably just scratching the surface with some. So if you think of other things that I'm not even touching, please let's discuss that. Fertilizer. Do you pre-fertilize? We said that. What about while you have the plants? Do you need to have some fertilizer to also add? Do you have a certain brands or certain kinds of or horror stories? Look, stay away from this because this will fry your garden. We don't want to do that. And then obviously sometimes I know, again, growing up, you don't want to get them on the leaves and things like that because, it'll kill the plants. Pesticides. And I know, again, regionally and locations in different places where we live, different pests. I know in Florida, when I lived there, I had some tomato plants out back, and there was a pond out there, and I'd come out one day and all of a sudden these teeth marks were just all in the tomatoes. And I'm like, oh, what's getting into my tomatoes? And I found it was some soft-shelled turtles coming out of the pond. Man, they found themselves a gold mine. They were coming up there feasting on my tomatoes. So all kinds of little obstacles and things. If you have ideas about that, throw them out there. And then explain any type of planting techniques. Again, I know when you put seeds in the ground, they're supposed to go down so far. Or if you have a plant and you're putting that into the ground, you want to cover it up, the root system up. And, so there's a lot of questions and a lot of techniques. And I thought that this would be a fun video to give everybody a chance to just conglomerate information. And then at any time somebody wants a lot of information about gardening, they can come to this video and there's all the information all gathered together under one location. And if you have somebody that you're talking with and they're asking you questions, you can say, hey, here's a link to that video, and I put some comments in there and blah, blah, blah. So go to this video and read it all. You go through and, ignore the guy on the screen, go through the comments and gather some information. So again, I like to have fun on this channel, and you figured that out by now if you've been around for a while. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to share information and get creative and have a little fun with this. Most of you do when we do stuff like this. So this is one of those opportunities, and let's jump on board. Remember, hit the thumbs up button. You're not just hitting it up for me, all right? You're hitting the thumbs up button for all the people that are going to be jumping in the comments and saying, hey, appreciate your hard work, appreciate everybody's info. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, subscribe. We got a great community here, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And we have these times like this where we're really just gathering up information and trying to make it as easy as we can as preppers. Life's hard enough. So we try to help each other, and we try to share information. And look, I know I'm putting the load on you this time. Okay, I'm putting the brunt of this on you. So this is your channel too. This is your video, and let's get going. Appreciate you guys, and you all have a great rest of the day now. Bye.